Hi, Lisa here. I'm so happy that you've decided to join me today. This is a class that's going to cultivate a beautiful feeling. Now, this is a feeling that you decide. For my January lessons, I've been asking you to think about what is the feeling that you really want to embrace this year. Is it joy? Is it courageousness? Is it fearlessness? Are you looking for love? Are you wanting friendship, deeper connection? Are you hoping for a feeling of wonder or awe in your life or adventure? So what kind of feelings are you trying to stoke up for yourself this year? And then we begin to think about that. So what does that mean to you? You can journal. I want more joy. What does that mean? Think about what brings you joy, for instance, if that's your feeling you're drawing into your life. So there's much journaling that could be done. So if you were to do some journaling, I would say to you, figure out what feeling you're trying to cultivate in your life and write that down in your journal, maybe in the middle of a page. And then all around that word, write down what brings that feeling into your life. And then you can, on a regular basis, look at that and think to yourself, let me make choices that support this feeling, that nourish this feeling. We get into little habits, we get stuck. And before we know it, we're doing things that don't nourish this feeling. So cultivate these feelings, and you have the opportunity to really take this on and to do the work for it. So today we're going to do a nice hip stretch, breathing, releasing any stress around the hips, but also thinking about cultivating those feelings. Now rub your hands and think about the feeling that you really want to step into, either today or this year. It's a nice positive feeling statement, like joy, happiness, courage, awe. Once you've got it, blow that feeling into your hands and then give yourself a nice energy bath. And imagining that you're washing yourself with this feeling all over your body. Notice how it feels. Stretch the arms out wide. Very nice. I will now meet you on the mat. You may need a little cushion or bolster, and you might need a little strap, but maybe not. So I will meet you on the mat in a moment. We're going to start lying on our back. Now gently hug the right knee into the belly, stretch the left leg long and straight, and do 3 nice slow circles with the right knee. Think about that feeling that you're embracing this year, circle the knee the other way, and just sense that the movements you're making are helping to energize that feeling, to bring it into the conscious mind. Circle the knee back to center, and swap legs. 3 nice slow circles with that left hip. And then change direction. Now release the leg down and stretch both arms back. Take a deep breath. Interlace the fingers. Give your body a full body stretch. And then hug both knees in. And again, do your circles, massaging your back, shifting energy through movement. Bring yourself back to center and let's pop the feet flat on the floor. So we'll do a thread the needle. We'll place the right ankle on the left thigh. Make sure the foot is flexed and the knee relaxes away from you. And then lift the left leg up and hold the back of the left hamstring with those hands. If your body is a little stiff, you might find your head is rolling back. If that's the case, just use a small blanket and fold it up under the back of the head, and that will help support you. So now let's pause in this hip stretch, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Think about the feeling you're cultivating. And just like a flower that we plant a seed and then look after it, water it, feed it for it to grow, sense yourself feeding this feeling with your own thoughts and mind. So what brings me this feeling? What kind of activities allows me to feel this? Feeling yourself relaxing as you contemplate. After this next breath, swap legs. So we're trying to release tension around the hips, freeing and creating space for the body. As you hold on to the right leg, drawing the right thigh towards you, really relax through the hips, shoulders, jaw, face. Slow the breath down and allow that feeling to start to become more and more clear in your mind. You notice that when you focus on this positive feeling, it lifts your heart. You might feel a little smile in the corners of your lips and eyes. Just take one more breath here. And then release and hug both knees in. So now let's circle the knees, but widen them and then circle them 3 times, and then the other way. Little happy baby pose. So pull the knees towards you, starting with the soles of the feet together and holding onto the ankles. And you can use your elbows to gently push the knees away. You may choose to stay there. If you can hook your peace sign fingers around your big toes, then go for that. But if you can't, stay holding the ankles. If you are holding the toes, simply sweep the feet up above the knees for this happy baby. Relax the shoulders, relax the lower back, relax the face. Slow the breath down and feel into that feeling. Let yourself be in this shape, feeling that beautiful feeling you're cultivating. How does it feel to be calm, joy, love, whatever you've chosen? The more you can visualize, the more you can sense this feeling, the more you believe in it. So we'll take one more breath here and then hug the knees in. From there, let's roll to the side. If you bring yourself up into a cross-legged seat, if you find that your knees are really high, it's definitely worthwhile using a cushion and just popping yourself up a little higher. And sometimes you could even prop your knees if there's a lot of stiffness in the body as well. So hands on the knees, 3 circles in each direction. Let your circles be quite slow and mindful. And we're sensing that we're moving the energy in the direction of the feeling that we're cultivating. 3 circles the other way. And then circle back to center and come into a little forward bend. Doesn't matter how far you come. I don't want you to get a little bit forwards and then think, oh my God, I'm so stiff, I'm so rubbish at this. Let go of all those thoughts. They don't stoke the feeling. They actually undermine the feeling we're trying to create. So let them go. Accept your body as it is. Who cares if you can go really deeply into it or not? But you go as far as you can, and then you breathe into that, you soften into that, and you feel the feeling. What feeling are you cultivating? Let it become clear in your mind. Then you rise up, you lean back, you swap ankles, you hold the knees, and you do your 3 circles in each direction. Circle the other way. Circle back to center, and here again we come into the little forward bend. Wherever you end up, pausing there, relaxing into it. Slow the breath down and feel the feeling. So keep coming back to the feeling. What is that feeling I'm cultivating this year? Can I align my thoughts to it? Can I remind myself daily what I'm trying to achieve here? Couple more breaths. And then rising up. Give your legs a nice little shake out. And then we'll come into all fours. So you may need a bolster for one of these shapes that we're going to come into. Bring your hands under your shoulders. We'll do 3 big circles here. So circling the hips 3 times in each direction. Allow your body to become nice and fluid. Now circle the other way. Circle back to center. Little cat-cow pose, so rounding the spine and inhale. Then lift the heart and tail, look forward, stick your tongue up for lion's breath and roll your eyes back as you exhale. Inhale, rounding into cat. And exhale, lifting the heart, stick the tongue up. One more. From there, step the right foot forwards. You can either bring it forwards on its own, or maybe you need to help it along. So bring that right foot between the hands. If you have a little bit of stiffness in the knee or it's uncomfortable, use a blanket underneath the knee to support it. And then bring your hands to the inside of your right foot and do 3 big circles here. Feel like the movements that you're making are moving your energy in the direction of that feeling you're cultivating. Circle the other way. Then circle back to center and rock forwards and backwards 3 times, lifting the chest as you inhale, exhale as you flex the front foot. And now we'll stay in the 4D position. The right toes and knee will turn outwards a little bit. This is where you might use a cushion for your elbows to come down to the cushion. Lizard pose. So your elbows might be on the floor, but what I don't want you to do is to pull back away from your front foot. So you're shifting your weight forwards, back toes can stay tucked under. Today I'm going to choose the bolster. I like the bolster. And as you melt the elbows down onto your cushion or the floor, lengthen your spine and feel that deep stretch through the left groins, the right groin, and the right hip and buttock. Take 3 calming breaths here. Just relax any tension or stress around the face or the shoulders. Keep thinking about the feeling you're cultivating. Let that lighten up any stiffness or tension in your mind. Then you slowly release. Take that right leg behind you and give it a nice little shake out. And then let's swap legs. Help your left foot forwards. Bring your hands to the inside of the foot and do your 3 circles in each direction. Then your 3 forward and backward rocks, inhaling forwards, exhaling back, flexing that front foot as you exhale. One more time. Now shift the weight forwards, turn the left toes and knee outwards, and then either come down to the ground with your elbows or use your bolster. So moving that back hip forwards as you lengthen. Nice slowed breaths, feeling into the tension. Notice that when the body is stiff or tight, we tend to grip into negative thought patterns, and this really doesn't support these positive feelings we're trying to build. So learning to release these negative happens. The first part of that is to actually realize they're happening. So are you feeling uncomfortable? And if so, what's your mind reaction like? Then from there, walk back up onto your hands, take that left leg behind you and give it a little shake out. So we will come into a downward facing dog. Spread those fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes under and pull back into the sky with your seat, treading out your feet, walking the feet about the mat distance apart, slightly bend the knees and lengthen the spine away. 3 lion's breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. 1 more. And then bring those knees back down. Sit back up on the feet and give those wrists a little circle 3 times in each direction. Pigeon pose. Now, pigeon pose isn't for everybody, especially if you have serious knee issues. So before I do pigeon with you, remember, thread the needle, which we started with. So this is an option for anyone who struggles with that pigeon pose. So for pigeon pose, I'm going to be bringing the right knee towards the right edge of my mat further forwards and taking the right toes to the left corner of the mat and then lifting high onto the fingers, tuck the back toes under and walk the back leg further back. I might choose to use a bolster under my belly or to come down onto the elbows. Slight flexion in that right foot, so you push the little toe side of that right foot into the ground, feeling the deep stretch through your hip and knee, and breathing. And slowing that breath down. After this next breath, bring your left forearm on the floor and circle it inward. So you can come into a little pigeon twist here, holding the right thigh with the right hand. This is where you might use a strap if you want to, but you could stay here. You could bend the back leg, reach for the foot and pull it towards you. You could take your strap and loop it around the foot. That can be a little fiddly when you're learning to do that. And you simply pull the heel towards you as you turn. So it's a beautiful twisted monkey pose, deep stretch for that thigh. Now notice your thoughts and feelings. Keep cultivating the positive attributes rather than getting gripped into negativity. Oh, I'm stiff. I can't do this. What's wrong with me? Let those go. Cultivate those feelings of joy, bliss, happiness, whatever it is. And then after this next breath, release. Take it back. Sink back into a little wide-kneed child's pose. So knees apart, toes touch. Rest on the elbows and the forehead. Take 3 slow releasing breaths here. Then return to the all-four position. Slide the left knee to the left edge of the mat behind the wrist. Take the toes to the right edge of the mat. Tuck the back toes under and walk the back leg back. Slight flexion of that left foot to push the little toe side into the floor. Come high onto those hands as you breathe in, and then come down onto your elbows as you breathe out. So you might like to use your bolster there again. Try to find length in the spine, shoulders away from your ears. You can now point those back toes and smooth out the breath. Now let's swivel the right forearm inward. Bring the left hand to the left thigh as you turn to the left. Option to stay there. Or bend the right leg, reach back for the foot and pull the heel toward you. Deep thigh stretch. Breathe into it. Soften into it. Feel joy in it. And then release. As you come up onto your hands, simply roll to your left buttock and bring that leg forward. Let's give ourselves a little shake out. And then the soles of the feet come together. Hold on to the feet or the ankles and do some little butterfly flaps. That's it. Now keep holding the feet as you just gently draw the knees away from you. Heart lifts up, lengthen the neck. Take a breath in. And exhale, folding forwards. It doesn't matter how far you can come. You're trying to lengthen your spine and relax into it. And you slowly rise, bringing those knees together, stretching those legs out and shake them out. And now join me in sitting. So we'll do a little bit of breathing, holding of breath, feeling that feeling we're cultivating before we finish that practice. So in sitting, cross-legged or on a seat. In sitting now, the hands will rise up on inhale, palms face the sky, and exhale, flow downwards. Let the breath be gentle and relaxed as you inhale and exhale. This will calm and soothe the mind. See if you can create a nice even balance. So if you're breathing in for 3, you breathe out for 3. And in your mind now, with your eyes closed, sense the feeling you're cultivating. And then allow this movement to be that feeling. So as you inhale, you feel the feeling rising upwards from the base of the spine to the crown, and exhale flowing downwards. So you're feeling this beautiful feeling, just beginning to follow up and down the spine. Trying to stick with one feeling that you're cultivating. Maybe today for you that's joy, or love, or courage, or wonder. Now, next time those hands come up, you inhale. You pause the breath briefly for 1 or 2 counts. Feel that feeling. And then exhale, hands come down. Pause the breath for 1 or 2 counts. Feel the feeling. 2 more times. Then those hands come together. As you rub them, think about that feeling you're cultivating. Get it clear in your mind. The more you can clarify that, the more color and visual you can give, the easier it is for the mind to grasp onto. So create that feeling in your mind now, and then blow it into your hands. And give yourself a nice energy bath with that feeling being washed around the whole of your body. And those hands come back together. Now offer this out to the benefit of all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings feel this way. Bring your hands back into prayer. From my heart to yours. Namaste.